All right, today we're going to be doing the classwork for linear regressions. So when you do linear regressions, what you're trying to make is you're trying to make a scatter plot, which is just a bunch of points on a graph. And I want to find the best line that'll best suit all of those points. So what I'm going to do to start this linear regression is I'm going to go to the top left where it has the plus button. It says add item, so we're going to click that. And I'm going to choose table from these 5 options we have here. So now in my table, I have all the X values on the left side and all the Y values on the right side. For my X values, I'll just put in the ones for number 1. We got 1, 0, 3, 1.5, 2.75, 1, 0.5, and 2. So those are all my X values. Now my Y values are going to go under the Y1 column. And my Y values are 78, 75, 90, 89, 97, 85, 81, and 80. Make sure that your number of X values match up with your number of Y values. So now I can't see the dots on my graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the very bottom of this box. You'll see a magnifying glass called Zoom Fit. We're going to hit that. And what that's going to do is it's going to zoom in on all of your dots in your scatter plot. So now what I want to do is I want to find the best line that best approximates that data. So I'm going to click into box number 2. And I'm going to type in my linear regression equation. For the Y, we're going to have to use Y1. So I'm going to get my keypad up by going to the bottom and hitting Show Keypad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a Y and a 1. And what you'll notice is that Y now has a subscript of 1. Next, we're not going to be using an equal sign. We're going to be using the tilde. And to find that, we're going to click on ABC at the bottom of the screen. And we're going to choose this little squiggly line right here. I call it the squiggle, but it's called the tilde. It means regression. And we only need one of them. So now I'm going to use my mx plus b, which is the slope-intercept form of a line. So I'm going to choose my M. I'm going to need an X1. So I'm going to choose X and then hit 1. That's going to give that X value a subscript of 1. And then I'm going to hit the plus button and then B, which is under ABC. Okay. So now I've got my regression equation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this keypad icon to hide it. And it's going to show us all the information that we need to make our linear regression equation. So up here under statistics, it's going to give you your correlation coefficient. That's this R value right here. If you square this R value, you get R squared. That's going to be your determination coefficient. And the correlation and the determination coefficients they measure how good the line is best suited to the data. And the closer to 1 that you get for your R value, the better the line fits the data. So that's what R is. Over here, you'll see residuals, E1. E stands for error. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit the plot button. And then what you'll see is now our chart has a third column called the error column. And that's going to be our errors for each ordered pair. Now, I can't see the error points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bottom of box number 1, and I'm going to click the Zoom Fit button again. So now the black dots show up on the bottom as the error terms. Now, they're going to kind of live near the x-axis. So the farther away that they get from the x-axis, the farther the point is from our regression line. So for example, this point is pretty far from our regression line, so it's going to have the biggest error. Anyways, what you want to do now is you want to make your regression function. So I'm going to click into box number 3, and I'm going to use f of x. So we're going to be using the same numbers that it gives us for the parameters. I need my mx, my m value, it gives us under parameters. That's going to be the slope of the line. Our slope is 5.42543. And then I'm going to put an x beside that. And then I'm going to add b at the end, which is 76.4064. And that should match up with the purple line. So now I've got my regression function, and I'm going to click into box 4, and it's going to ask us to predict what y is if x is 4. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to type in f of 4, and it's going to tell me what my y value is going to be, 98.10812. So what that means is if we continue this chart down to the x value of 4, then our y value associated with that 4 would be about 98. So that's how you do a linear regression. And to do it on Desmos, it's actually much easier than doing it on a TI-83 graphing calculator. So I hope that helps.